Welcome to another edition of Courting Cinderellas on the Field of 68 Media Network. This series is made possible by our partners at Prediction Strike, the only marketplace that allows you to buy and sell shares of your favorite athletes. Hear more at the end of this interview.
Welcome to another episode of Courting Cinderella. I am thrilled to be joined today by Siena head coach Carmen Massarello, and we are going to be talking about MAC automatic bid Iona Gaels. Carmen, let me ask you this. What does Iona do well? Why can they win a game in the NCAA tournament?
You know what? They don't beat themselves. Have a really good player in Isaiah Ross. You know, Coach Pitino does a great job. You know, he comes off a lot of staggers, a lot of pins and rescreens, and they get him the ball. And the guy that gets him the ball is Asante Gist. So those two guys are the key for Iona. But if you make it tough on Gist, you know, they really struggle because they're not a high assist team when he's not sharing it. And he's not really a true point guard. He's more of a scoring guard. So, you know, Asante Gist and Isaiah Ross are the two guys you got to be really mindful of. And then you got to be able to rebound, right? I think in the MAC tournament, they were plus 40 going into the championship game on the glass. If you don't box out and you give them second possessions, you'll be in for a long night. But you can hold them down in the half court. You can limit them, you know, with great defense on their shooters and making them drive the ball and have to make plays. You just got to be able to get that kind of box out finished so you can attack at them in transition.
So you mentioned a couple of guys already. Is there anyone else that we need to know? Any other stars on this team that can take over a game in March?
Yeah, if you have a physical five-man, obviously Nelly Jr. Joseph, he was MAC Rookie of the Year. He does a tremendous job for only being a freshman. You know, you got to keep him off the glass. He will struggle to score against length and physicality. You know, I thought our big guys, when we played them in the first round or actually the quarterfinals of the MAC tournament, you know, we did a good job on their big guys. Barrick Jean-Lou scored 13 on us in the second half. You know, they do a good job when they're not scoring the ball off of their set plays. You know, they do a good job of cutting, especially back cutting from the corners. So both Jean-Lou and Isaiah Ross will be able to score that way too. And then you gotta stay down and keep them off the free throw line.
So we talked about what they did well. We talked about their best players. Where can they struggle? Where can they be beaten?
Transition. If you're able to get them off the glass and push the basketball, transition defense isn't their strong suit. You got to be able to attack the paint and play inside out. Now, you don't want to settle for threes, but you can, you know, take those good feet set ones in rhythm. But you got to be able to get them, and then you got to make free throws. You can get to the foul line against them. You know, they have 2 and 3 guys that scramble when you kind of beat their first line of defense. And now all of a sudden they got guys out of position, guys going to block shots, and you should have little short passes in the paint. And then lastly, you got to get their 5-man when they switch onto your point guard. If you really attack them off the ball screen, they're going to string their 5-man out. And a lot of times he will stay when you go to attack. And now you got to be able to kind of cut back or, you know, really maximize that switch and get the ball into your post player who's being guarded by a smaller player. And then you got to be able to power the basketball to the basket and convert.
Well, there you have it, a scouting report on the Iona Gaels from someone that knows them better than anybody else. Coach Carm, thanks so much.
Thanks, Rob.
Has there ever been a rookie that you just knew was going to be a star? How many young players in the NBA and the NFL have there been that you wish you could have invested in? Well, now Prediction Strike makes that wish a reality. Prediction Strike is the only performance-based sports stock market that allows you to buy and sell shares of professional athletes as if they were stocks. Prediction Strike lets fans create portfolios of their favorite athletes so that you can get even closer to the game. Don't just draft your favorite players in fantasy, invest in them. Here's what you have to do. Visit PredictionStrike.com or download their app on the App Store to create an account. Then deposit funds to buy, sell, or hold shares of your favorite players, just like you would do with real stocks. The value of the players will change based on game performance, and you can trade your shares of players at any time as long as the player isn't currently playing in a game. Prediction Strike also just rolled out a brand new feature that allows you to join a league or add friends just to see who the sharps are buying stock in. See who is performing well, who has a better portfolio than you, and whose trades you can follow. So head to PredictionStrike.com now or download the app now. Sign up with the promo code FIELD. Again, that's FIELD, F-I-E-L-D. and you'll receive $10 free with your first deposit of $20 or more. That's the code FIELD again, FIELD.